Very good morning to all the students. Here we'll begin with the fourth lesson, A Truly Beautiful Mind. Let's read out this section before you read. Who do you think of when you hear the word genius? Who is a genius? What qualities do you think a genius has? So, students, what do you think of when you hear the word genius? Who is a genius? Genius, a person who has very great and unusual ability, especially in a particular subject. If I give an example, Ramanujan, I think most of you have heard this name. Ramanujan was a mathematical genius. Same here in this lesson, you will be studying about a genius who still reigns, whose name is Albert Einstein. We will read about this person a young German civil servant who took the world by storm about 100 years ago. In the summer of 1905, the 26-year-old published in quick succession 4 groundbreaking papers. And what were those papers all about? About light, the motion of particles, the electrodynamics of moving bodies, and energy. His work took up only a few pages in scientific journals, but changed forever our understanding of space, time, and the entire cosmos, and transformed the name Einstein into a synonym for genius. 50 years after his death, Albert Einstein's genius still reigns. Let me give you a short description about this lesson. This lesson is all about Albert Einstein. He was a great scientist. You can even have a look at the picture given in your book on page number 47. Einstein at the age of 21 and Einstein in the year 1955 as we remember him now. So the title of this chapter is A Truly Beautiful Mind. And a truly beautiful mind basically refers to Albert Einstein. Here it is a short biography of him where his qualities have been described, where his interest has been discussed, his interest in mathematics, his interest in physics, and also his humanitarian attribute. We come across another aspect of Einstein here in this lesson. We only know about him that he was a genius and a scientist, but he has also been a great humanitarian. He advocated world peace, non-violence, and that is why the title refers to him as a truly beautiful mind. Let's begin with the first paragraph. Albert Einstein was born on 14th March 1879 in the German city of Ulm, without any indication that he was destined for greatness. On the contrary, his mother thought Albert was a freak. Freak means a person, a word used disapprovingly to talk about a person who is unusual and doesn't behave, look, or think like others. So he's a freak. Freak is a person who is very unusual, who is very different, and who does not behave like the other people. So you can have a look here. When was Albert Einstein born? Albert Einstein was born on 14 March 1879. His birthplace is also given here, Ulm in Germany. When he was a child, no one could predict that one day he would become a great scientist. I think he himself did not even know about him that he will be going to be a great scientist one day. Because he was like all other children But on the contrary, only his mother thought that he's a total freak since the very beginning. Because why? Because he did not behave like other children. He was different from the other children of his age. He sometimes behaved abnormally. It seemed as if he had lesser intelligence in comparison to other children. At the age of 2.5, Einstein still wasn't talking. When he finally did learn to speak, he uttered everything twice. Einstein did not know what to do with other children, and his playmates called him Brother Bore. Albert Einstein's mother thought that the little boy's head was a bit too big in comparison to other children's heads. And Albert Einstein had not even started talking till the age of 2.5 years. Finally, Einstein started speaking, but when he started speaking, he started to repeat the words twice. He started remaining himself all. He started remain to himself at all the time. He used to play with himself only. Therefore, his friends used to call him Brother Bore. From the very beginning, Albert Einstein had a deep interest in mechanical toys, such as toys in which some kind of machinery was used, such as automated cars, automated planes. So, he especially loved mechanical toys. Looking at his newborn sister, Maja, he's said to have said, "Fine, but where are her wheels?" So, when he looked at his newborn sister, Maza, he is said to have said, "What? Fine, but where are her wheels?" He thought that Maza is a mechanical toy. So therefore, he started finding wheels in her. A headmaster once told his father what Einstein chose as a profession wouldn't matter because he will never make a success at anything. Einstein began learning to play the violin at the age of 6 because his mother wanted him to. He later became a gifted amateur violinist, maintaining the skill throughout his life. So, when his father met his headmaster once told his father that Einstein, whatever the profession Einstein would choose, he will never be able to make success at anything. These were the words of his headmaster once told to his father. Einstein, at the age of 6, began playing violin because his mother wanted him to. It was his mother's desire. And he kept this skill throughout his life and became a gifted amateur violinist. So throughout his life, he was able to play the Albert Einstein was a very good student. He went to school in Munich because his family had moved from Ulm to Munich when he was just 15 months old and scored good marks in almost every subject. The school where Einstein went had a very strict discipline and he hated school's regimentation, and he often had clashes with his teachers. He did not like the school discipline, due to which he often had clash with his teachers' opinions and he often opposed them. Einstein felt so suffocated in that school that he could not follow the school's regimentation, strict discipline, so he left the school forever at the age of 15. When Albert Einstein left the school 1 year before, his parents had moved to another city, Milan, which is in Italy. Albert was left behind in Munich with his relatives, so he continued staying there, and he often shared the desire of studying further in German-speaking Switzerland, which he thinks was more liberal than Munich. After prolonged discussion, after he had a discussion with his family, he got his wish to continue his education in Switzerland. Einstein was very good in studies. He was highly gifted in mathematics and had a deep interest in physics. After he finished his school, he decided to study at a university in Zurich. So, science was not the only subject he had a deep interest in, but let's see what were his subject of interest. He had a special interest in a companion, in a fellow student whose name was Mileva Merrick. He thought that she's very clever, sharp, and intelligent. They met at the University of Zurich. Mileva, she belonged to Serbia. She was a young Serb. She came from Serbia to Switzerland because University in Zurich was one of the few universities in Europe which gave degrees to female students. Einstein felt that Mileva was a friend because she also liked art, had interest in literature, art, music. And during that time, having interest in art, literature, music was not considered to be good. And the people who were against this art and music, they were known as Philistines. After Albert Einstein's family and many families in the university were not in favor of this, so against such people, Albert Einstein and Mileva Merrick's unity helped them face the situation because they both loved art, music, and literature. They both fell in love. They exchanged love letters to express their feelings, and all those letters were mix of science with their feelings because they both had a deep interest in the science subject. Einstein even talked about his scientific invention and said that he would be very proud on that day when they would be sharing the work on relativity and would bring the work of relativity to a victorious conclusion. In the year 1900, Albert Einstein was of 21 years of age. He was a university graduate and unemployed. He at first worked as a teaching assistant, then gave private lessons, and finally was able to secure a job in the year 1902 as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. What is a patent office? A patent, a document which gives the rights of an invention to an inventor. So, from 1900 and 1902, he kept on changing his job. So, finally, he settled with a patent in a patent office as a technical expert. Einstein's work was basically to check the inventions done by other people and give them a patent. On the other hand, secretly, he was making his own inventions and he would develop his own ideas sitting in isolation, and he would keep all his ideas in a desk drawer, and he would he said once jokingly that his desk drawer is like the Bureau of Theoretical Physics. Bureau means desk. So, like you already know, like you have already studied in the previous paragraph that he had a deep interest in science, physics. So, he would keep on learning, experimenting, writing his own ideas, and he would keep all those ideas in a desk drawer where he would sit and work. One of his famous papers in 1905 was Einstein's special theory of relativity, according to which time and distance are not absolute. He published his first paper there in the year 1905. He proved that time and distance is not absolute, their measurement is not absolute, and it depended on something else. According to the theory, if there are two clocks, both are moving, they will not show the same time. One clock will move faster than the other. He also described the relationship between mass and energy, followed the world's most famous formula which describes the relation between mass and energy. In this mathematical equation, E stands for energy, M stands for mass, C for the speed of light in a vacuum. So, theory of relativity which he found gave us this basic formula of physics, and it really helped the coming generation. Though he was solving the complicated problems in physics, but his personal life started becoming problematic. His personal life started to fall. He had regular fights with his wife. Earlier, when he demanded from his mother to marry Mileva, after he finished his studies, his mother was against this because she found Mileva just as mysterious as Albert Einstein. She once told that she is a book like him, and in fact she was 3 years older than her own son, that is Albert Einstein. But despite all these consequences, the pair finally married in January 1903 and had 2 sons. But a few years later, the marriage faltered. It became weak because Mileva was losing her intellectual ambition and becoming an unhappy housewife. After years of constant fighting, the couple finally divorced in 1919. Einstein married his cousin Elsa the same year. So their marriage faltered. She started feeling suffocated in that relationship where she started becoming an unhappy housewife, and they finally divorced in 1919. Now, Einstein's new personal chapter coincided with his rise to world fame. He published one more paper which was based on general theory of relativity, which gave a new interpretation to gravity. In the year 1919, there was a solar eclipse which proved that Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity was correct. Albert Einstein had calculated in the year 1915 that in the year 1919 there would be a solar eclipse. Due to it, the apparent position of the stars would change to some extent. His calculation was absolutely accurate. So it was announced that Albert Einstein's work as a scientific revolution in the history of science and technology. In 1913, when Germany came under the power of Nazis, during that time the famous Nazi ruler was Adolf Hitler. At that time, Einstein left Germany and shifted to United States of America forever. After 5 long years, the Germany discovered the process of nuclear fission. The process, what is nuclear fission? Nuclear fission is the process through which nuclear bombs or atomic bombs are made. The process was prepared in Berlin. Due to this, all the physicists in America were upset as they feared misuse of the technology. There were many scientists who escaped to America because of fascism. What is fascism? Fascism was a dictatorial concept which was started in Europe from Italy by the rule of Benito Mussolini. All the scientists were afraid that the Nazis could misuse the atomic bomb. Albert Einstein was requested by a colleague, and so he wrote a letter to the President of America at that time, Franklin D. Roosevelt, on 2 August 1939. He wanted him that the atomic bomb which was developed by Germany was very powerful. He warned him, he totally warned him that the atomic bomb which was developed by Germany was very powerful. If one of the bombs exploded in any port, it would not only destroy the area but also the surrounding territory. This shows what quality of Einstein? This shows Einstein's humanitarian quality. He wanted good for the people. He wanted peace in the world. That is why he wrote his concern to the President of America and warned him. And Albert Einstein's letter had an impact on Franklin D. Roosevelt. The Americans developed the atomic bomb and secretly dropped it on 2 cities of Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The Germans had just developed the atomic bomb. They did not use it on any country, but America did. Lot of destruction took place and Einstein was totally shaken. He wrote an official letter to the United Nations organization. He proposed to form a world government, but this letter did not bear any fruit. For another 10 years, Albert Einstein was involved in world peace. He was involved in politics, and his agenda was to stop the countries involved in collecting arms and developing weapons. He was totally against this. He campaigned for world peace and democracy. His main agenda was world peace and freedom of people. He basically wanted peace in all over the world because he knew the devastation, the destruction that will be caused or that may be caused by these atomic bombs and nuclear fission. Einstein could foresee the future where when he died in 1955 at the age of 76, the world celebrated him as a visionary. He was a world citizen and a scientific genius too. So this was the brief discussion of each and every paragraph of the lesson, a truly beautiful mind. This account of the life and personality of the famous scientist Albert Einstein gives us the message that a beautiful mind possesses not only innovative ideas but also makes sincere efforts to use these ideas for the well-being of mankind. Science should be solely devoted to the promotion of worldwide peace and prosperity.